Greetings, judges. This is Sudarshan, an eco-work organizing app. This is our submission for the Microsoft Imagine Cup India Regionals. They have already submitted our submission for the Epic Challenge. I am Kshitij Agrawal, a computer science student, passionate about building systems with scale, and I'm also a student at VIT Bhopal. I have skills under backend development, web development, mobile development, and I mostly work under the JavaScript and TypeScript ecosystem. I mostly use technologies are Node.js, React.js, and React Native. You can find me on GitHub with this link. You can contact me on kshitijagrawal at outlook.com, and my contact number is also given. So I would like to introduce my friend Pratham. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Pratham. I am a coder who mostly deals with system programming, compiler development, and backend development. For this, I mostly use Golang and Python. I am a very loyal Linux enthusiast. I'm working and building software for Linux for past few years. Uh, there will be a link for my GitHub and my blog given in the document, and you can see my contact information on the screen right now. So, Sitij.
Yeah. So basically, what's the idea? So our concept inspired from regular habit of jogging. So we are well aware of the fact that our streets are are filled with litter. So we came to know about plogging, which is a physical activity which involves picking up trash from ground while you walk. So we're introducing an app to organize and monitor everyone's blogging activities. We also aim for monetary benefits to for users' efforts. So yeah, you can go ahead.
Let's see what is the solution. It's basically a feature-rich, easy to use Android iOS application where the user can have a eco walk, get monetary benefits for helping the environment. Our app will basically guide you and route your entire walk while collecting garbage, and also direct you towards some predetermined locations which will have our own custom dustbins so that you can dispose of the waste. The hardware implementation on those dustbins is 100% offline, so you don't really need to have a network in the area itself. What kind of audience are we targeting? We are obviously targeting anybody who wants to get out, do something for the environment, and also develop their health. We are first for the first few customers, that is through marketing. We are obviously trying to get fitness enthusiasts because they are the first ones who will try something new in the fitness space, try to improve their health while also helping the environment. They are the first people who are also adventurous most of the times. They'll go out and try new things, including one of our apps. The next people that we are obviously targeting are NGOs and ecological organizations who try to organize these mass cleaning initiatives which clean a beach, a river, a road maybe. So obviously we'll target through them, and through our app in which we'll have a kind of a group mode or event mode. We can obviously track all of the users data at once, and obviously give more benefits for doing things together.
So we can assume a few personas like for our app. So one can be a student. The most relatable identity is like that of a student. So this daily walk might be for physical fitness or for regular duty. In any case, he may customize his walk through the app. The app will then suggest a few routes based on the number of dustbins they have in their neighborhood. Then the student will select a single trash can and then proceed to collect waste. He then reaches the dustbin and scans the QR code, which is already there on the dustbin. This will provide information like how much garbage has he collected, how much has he walked, etc. After a few walks, he will gain some monetary benefits and also receive a coupon for tech products from our sponsors. The health of a trash can is also sent to our servers when the user scans the QR code. The next persona can be of a working professional. He has a working professional has very little time to worry about their health, um, especially young ones. So they plan to walk regularly to maintain their health and fitness. So they'll use our app to plan their routes and gain monetary benefits. They can also avail coupon to ease their daily commute through the app. So some important things to note here are that they might also invite friends on free days and they can have a combined walk. So we can also ship a feature of collaborative walking. Then they are also contributing to the environment without going out of their way in their busy lifestyle. They'll also maintain healthy life without investing in fitness equipments and gym memberships. So let's see how the app works. So our app is mainly written in TypeScript and JavaScript, where the backend is written in TypeScript and the client is written in JavaScript. So the client is written on React Native, so which gives us the advantage of writing once and building it for both iOS as well as Android. The backend is powered using Express.js. We are using Microsoft's email communication, which is in beta for user verification and informing and pushing out information to our users. We are also using Microsoft Blob Storage to store unstructured data and for fast access. Um, so front end is obviously written in React Native. It communicates with our servers which are deployed on the Azure. We are hosting MongoDBs on the VMs itself, but we can soon proceed to Azure's managed databases as well. So the database already contains the list of dustbins that we have. So whenever the user wants to go to a location, our system chooses the dustbin which are on their path. The user then may choose whichever dustbin they want to empty the waste into. In order to reroute the route between the user to the chosen trash can, we use the Google's direction API, and user may also search for a specified place. For that, we are using the Google's autocomplete API. So since these APIs are costly, we are obviously having rate limitations on all of them, and we are using Redis to do that. Then Pratham will be explaining the hardware part.
So the hardware part, by hardware part, I mean the module which will be installed in the dustbin. This will be our custom module. Right now we are using a Android Arduino Nano V3 board, which will be connected to a ultrasonic distance sensor and also a OLED screen for displaying the QR code. For measuring the amount of garbage and the weight of the garbage, we are using we are talking about 10 to 20 kg weight sensor. We'll be connecting all through a breadboards or simply wires. The entire code that is written written in C, uses common Arduino libraries to interact with the hardware which we have already discussed about. The interesting thing about to note is the QR, which is a very unique QR, which will be refreshed every 20 seconds. This QR is mostly inspired from the time-based OTP systems that we use for multi-factor authentication in normal applications. uh, we are encoding information regarding the dustbin, obviously, which dustbin, what is the ID, what is the location, when was it last accessed, the user's interaction, how much did the user actually dump in the dustbin, the capacity of the dustbin currently, and metadata regarding the dustbin's health. This entire information is being encrypted with the OTP, which is refreshed every 30 seconds. And because we are using a time-based OTP, uh, this OTP is same on the server and the client side. We can automatically just verify if the user has scanned the right QR. And because Arduino Nano is a ROM based stuff, it is tamper proof and it cannot be modified by malicious users to allow exploitation of our app. This obviously ensures offline working and minimizes cost. Let's see what is the business plan. For our competition, mainly there are fitness apps which promise the user fitness without needing to get out of the house. We're also endangered by the flexible gym memberships. Uh, our project tries to create a new idea of regularly cleaning our surroundings without considering it as a special act. So it just include it on our daily routine and make a new normal in which people just clean their environment on a evening walk. For the business model, we are obviously partnering with local governments to get the initial grants to deploy our dustbins. We'll once we get our network ready, we'll obviously have to partner with local shops and brands so that each dustbin location can be sponsored in such a way. We can also promote local heritage of a city. For that, we'll obviously contact the local authorities, see what is the city structure and how what can we do. And obviously, this is very much applicable for like youngsters like us who like to spend more of our time indoors rather than outdoors. Then for dustbins itself, we can have external contractors who will clean them, charge them, or maybe take care of them. For if there is a medium-sized shop or a mall who can sponsor a dustbin, we'll obviously invite them onto them. In this case, the dustbin would be kept near them so that the route can be tweaked so reliably. Ignoring the software cost, we obviously rely on Microsoft Azure services and its monthly cost. For the hardware cost, it is currently costing us about 1,500 rupees to 2,000 rupees. Uh, After our initial implementation, once we understand the hardware properly and what is needed, what is not needed, we can cut cost and try to print our own PCB. And if we are actually going for mass production, the cost will obviously come down dramatically. We have some additional informations, just some fun facts, or maybe things to keep in mind while browsing through our app idea. Let's now see what's the app's design. We have this on Figma, and later in the presentation itself, Sitej will obviously show the app itself. Here in Figma, you can see these are onboarding screens. There is a get started, login, register. These are very simple and very normal application screens. We need location access. We ask the user for it. We obviously can track the personal details of every user, so that we can have statistics about their health, like weight, gender, birthdays, and stuff. Forgot password verification and new password. These are important screens for when a user is stranded in an app while logging in. We have a OTP system, which is obviously configured with Microsoft email services. On our home screen, obviously, we have a map with these standard amount of options like settings, running statistics, rewards. On the app, he can obviously search any destination. Google's autocomplete API helps us in providing other destination. He comes here, he sees the entire route, including the destination, and then we'll be able to show him the dustbins around this route. And obviously, we can show multiple options. Which dustbin do you want to uh, include in your route? It will show you the distance, the time taken, how many dustbin spots are there, and so and so. And after the user actually starts the ride, the walk, you can actually get to a dustbin, scan a single QR code. That QR code will automatically tell our backend what did the user do, and is it actually a valid scan. After that, the user can get some kind of monetary benefit, which he can withdraw using standard monetary applications. There is obviously a schedule for which you can create a schedule when to walk, when not to walk. Our app can have multiple reminders and so on. There is obviously a settings app for considering the user's feedback. We can obviously track the statistics and other stuff. Obviously, for per walk, we can obviously show where has the user gone, how many kilometers is he doing per day. And I think this is a very feature complete app that we have built here. I'll forward this presentation to obviously Sitij, who will next show us how to actually run the app and show us the working of the app itself.
Yeah, thank you, Pratham. So this is how our app looks like. So we are presented with three onboarding screens where user will be presented with some information, some necessary one, and he'll be presented then with all screens. Basically forgot password screens, sign up, sign in screens, reset password screens. So once the user, let us assume that the user has strangled and he wants to forget the password, he can just come to the screen. He can type in his email as well as password to log into the screen, to log into the app. Then we'll ask the user to allow location. He'll be asked to complete some personal details, which he can also skip. This is a drawer menu. The user can search, of course, using the autocomplete API. We will be providing with some auto completions. Once the user has typed in, he'll be presented with the route. He'll also be shown with the number of dustbins which are available in that route. So we can see there are 4 dustbins, which are the distance between the both the points are 4 kilometers, and it is 51 minutes. And we can choose any of the dustbins which we like. Of course, since we are sitting at home and we cannot walk, so we have added a dummy screen which will take us to the scan QR code screens in 5 seconds. So let us assume that the user has already reached a dustbin. You can scan the QR code and then the required information will be reached to our servers. So yeah, this was from our side. Hope you liked the presentation, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.